Hello. Happy Monday, June 5th. I was like,
one of them days.
One of them days.
Right, one of them days.
One of them days. Yeah, it's June 5th. We are, it's the first Monday of the month. Time is just, we're already halfway through, okay? This is a lot going on, bro. Summer just started and is going to be over next week, okay?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh my God, you're right. Don't. We just got here.
I know we did.
Oh my God. Please.
We did just start, and I'm like, will I get the sun's out, buns out moment? I don't know if I'm gonna get that. Like,
you should. You in Florida?
I know, but sun's out, buns out in Florida means sun takes your life. Okay, Florida, sun is. The heat is just, it's been so hot, but it has been raining every day. And mind you, shout out to hurricane season. Okay.
Can we talk about that real quick? Right. Let me tell you something real quick. No, I was, the rain's been coming through here too in Texas, and we were going to this place to eat. And literally, as we were driving out, we see this storm just creeping across the horizon. And I was like, you sure you want to go to this? Yeah, right? You want to go to this restaurant? And we were like, you know where we going? And it's like torrential. It's like going on the road. And we get there and the food is not good. It wasn't good. The weather was trying to tell us to stay home.
We
should have listened. Yeah.
They tried.
Because when we left, it was clear. It was nice. I was like, dang.
Oh, after, not the rain leaving after you're done eating. Yeah, it's like we tried. The raindrops like we tried. God, they didn't listen.
I swear, buying and eating food that sucks is such a disappointing.
It is
event to your day. Like if I lived my whole day, I'd be like, damn. Because now if I eat more, I'm gonna get full of something I actually like. I'm not gonna eat all of it how I want to, and I just wasted a session of eating.
Oh yeah, I got sad because I ran in the rain for that.
No, not running it. Can you stand the rain? Like running to get the food.
Could not stand it.
Really quick, I want to say shout out to Mac Winters for becoming a member. Appreciate you for rejoining. Much love to you. Lang. Much love. Thank you so much. So before we dive into everything, I do want to say shout out to our guest today, BadWaifuOfficial. Okay.
That's me.
Moving y'all around. Yeah.
All right, me.
Right, all right, me. So let's zoom into you. I know you've been on the show before, but still, yes, Vu, you gotta introduce yourself, tell the people what you do, who you are. Go ahead.
Yes. So if you don't know who I am Linda. I go by Linda, actually. Lynn is what everyone else calls me because I couldn't fit my whole name on my Instagram. So I just, I got to deal with that. But I am the CEO and creative director of BadWaifuOfficial, which is a anime-inspired women's clothing brand. And we develop everything from scratch. So we don't really have t-shirts or sweaters, but we all try our best to bring something new on the table where you could wear it at a happy hour, nightclub, on a date, out on the beach, in a bedroom. So we make all types of stuff. So that's who I am.
Okay.
In the bedroom? That's great.
Everyone makes it work. Okay. They make it work. Yes. It's not me.
She said that's what they do. I didn't do this.
Right?
They do.
I'm like, I didn't think of wearing it there. All right. Let's market that.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's in the name. Wifely duties and all that.
Waifu.
Like waifus, they do that. I got my I have my waifu on the couch, honestly. Like,
Chun-Li.
I can't blame you. I love her thighs.
All right.
Yes.
Thick. And she's super thick in the game too. Ooh.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But like this poised, like elegant. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just so
it's so
sexy.
Nice to see.
Yeah, that game is a little,
Oh no, I'm glad we back to Thurston again.
You saw them in the swimsuits, man.
I'll be playing the game against Chun-Li. I'm like, damn.
There's some people in swimsuits.
Get my ass whooped.
I was like, man, I need to get in the gym.
Right?
Yes.
I can't handle another workout session. Please, go ahead.
I did my Pilates this morning. That's a box check for now. Okay. But yeah, so make sure you check out BadWaifuOfficial.com. The interns will drop the link in the chat so you guys can check out. And then we're going to have a little moment where Linda's going to show something super freaking cute. Okay. Oh, I cannot wait. All right. Because we have the site up and everything, but I'm really excited about what you're about to show. Okay.
Thank you.
But yes, before we get into it, shout out to our members. We did have Mac Winters rejoin. We appreciate you. If you want to become a member, hit that join button down below, right beside subscribe. Also, we are an Otaku Noir affiliate. Okay, you can get free shipping on us using the code PartyChat at checkout when you get your Blurred Mystery box. So make sure you go to otakunoir.com and get yours today. Right now we have this. They are coming up with a thank you. Whoop whoop whoop. Super cute. I don't want to open it because I don't want to ruin the box. This is
there actually food in there?
Not food, but there's something in there. I gotta ask Hanif what's in there and just let him know that I'm not gonna open it because it's not one of the ones that has the tab that goes in. Once I open it, it's gonna be open. I don't want to have to tape it back. I'm just gonna leave it like this. But like, just can you make me big again, please?
I love it. It's so cute.
It looks, it says turns the milk red. And then it's got like stuff, like as a kid, you like to do the puzzles or all the activities on the cereal box. It's got all of that. So shout out to Otaku Noir. Make sure you guys get yours, otakunoir.com. And they have a new box coming out. Something we're going to talk more about next week is Dames for Games. They're having a showcase. Des, who has been on the podcast a few times, she works with Freedom Games and she works with Black Voices in Gaming. And she has created a showcase called Dames for Games, where it's about women in the gaming space and the games that they've created and whatnot. And that's going to be a showcase, I think, coming out next week. I'll give you more details, hopefully on Monday. And we are also an official partner of the show. If I'm not mistaken, we'll also be streaming the show on here so you can see it as well. But Otaku Noir has partnered with Dames for Games, and they're having a box specifically for Dames for Games that's going to be coming out. So definitely check it out. Get your free shipping. And yeah, last but not least, subscribe. Hit that subscription button, then hit the notification bell so you know when we stream or when we post, because there's going to be a lot of showcases over the next few weeks. Summer Games Fest is we're going to talk about that. Xbox Showcase is going to be coming. We're going to talk about that. Ubisoft 4 is going to be coming. PC games is going to be, there's a lot of stuff. It's Christmas for gaming. Okay. So you want to be on the up and up on when we do those showcases. So be a part of it. Before we start, I know we kind of pre-gamed and talked right before we started.
What a word. Pre-game. We doing it.
Yeah, we doing it. But for you guys, how was your guys' weekend?
It was great. I watched Spider-Man and it was all Miles Morales. That's all.
So did I, yes.
I had to work.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I know it's real hard for you to scroll on Twitter right now. I'm so sorry.
I'm a big girl.
I believe it. I'm trying to grow up to be like you.
I don't want it.
That was my weekend. How was yours, Christine?
My weekend, I did watch, because I was like all over the place. Last week, I was at a friend's house, and then we saw Spider-Verse, and then I went to my mom's house because my cousins were throwing like a family get-together, so it was all these Jamaicans. My brother pulled up with like a whole a DJ set, busting the reggae in the back patio. And on Instagram, I had the stories. They're playing dominoes, of course. That's what niggas do. All right, yep. And then, like, she's like, Jamaicans. They're like, I love that domino, right? Dominoes. We had good food. Dancing was great to see my cousins, and it's something I hope we do more often. But
come on, family mini reunions. I love that.
Yeah, it was fun. Goofy.
I had a wonderful weekend.
So calm.
Did you?
Right. Love it.
She got you mid-chew.
I know, right? She called me.
I thought you were drinking. I didn't realize there was food in there.
It's a smoothie, but I put it in the fridge, so it soaked up the oats, and now it's kind of like a chew thing. But I had a great weekend. I went to see Across the Spider-Verse. That was awesome. Brought that in, and I also got Street Fighter as well, which was also awesome. And I had a great time with that. I'm addicted now. And other than that, I'm chilling. We vibing.
Speaking of Street Fighter, I just get angry now, just out of nowhere. I really want to start a street fight. It's a little too close, right?
Fighting civilians,
right? Just be starting nothing
at a towel house, the bathhouse. Just
I can't be doing that.
That's how I am.
Can't be doing that in DC. Nah, that's a lot of crackheads and homeless. Like I can't.
It don't leave this room. It don't leave this room, but I get the energy. You know, I'm like,
just like go out. I like play the game because I haven't downloaded it yet. But shout out to Capcom for providing a copy. I'm gonna download it today because I want to play it. But am I gonna be like leaving this room and then go in and be like, okay, babe, I gotta fight you now. We gotta fight.
No, you are. And you thick too. Come here, turn around, you thick ass. You know what I'm saying?
Having his butt, be like,
yes.
Good job,
now let's fight. Come on.
Oh my god, I'm sick. If y'all fight each other, you are gonna want to fight them in real life. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, that's facts.
That's you know what? That's true. Let me not play against him. Let me
if
keep my marriage good. Let's just not even.
You play against me.
You want to fight?
Because Dwayne gonna play today too, so.
You gonna want to fight whoever
he's streaming right now. He's not playing it right now, but he's gonna stream later.
Oh shit! I slide through. Yo, Dwayne, what's good?
He's playing Overwatch now, but I know he's gonna switch to Street Fighter at some point. So
who your main?
Try to go in there and be like, "Hey."
That's like the first question people like. Who do you main?
Yeah, who does Dwayne main? Just curious.
He didn't play it yet. I'm the only one that played it.
Yeah,
so.
I can hop on and whoop his ass real quick because I've been playing. I've been practicing.
Like I'm gonna hop on and whoop your ass real quick. Like
yeah.
I've been practicing though a lot. So
you have?
Yeah, I've been in the lab. I like fighting games a lot. So
I only did the world tour section, so like I'm just learning as I go.
Yeah.
So I have this question for you guys that have played it because I watched because I know Poise, he posted a video and it looked like him and Berlin were like in an arcade thing. Can you jump into that and just do that off the bat, or do you have to start the story and then
you can do it?
You have to create a character. That's all.
You just have to create a character.
Yeah, if you care about how your character looks, it might take you a while. Like it took me like a good hour to make.
I love customization. So great. Are we liking the customization?
Yes, it's super customized.
All you gotta do is beat Elden Ring, and you've done it, and it did that.
That's very sad but true.
That's true.
We got tattoos, different skin colors. You know, hair. We still got to work on the hair a little bit, but it's good.
Yeah. Hair needs more cut. Like they should let me like pick the size of my hair. It's just presets right now, but you can with everything else you can get pretty detailed. I made Edna mode in there.
Oh,
who's that?
Yeah,
from Incredibles.
Incredibles.
Okay.
Fashion designer.
Oh, the grandma. Yeah.
She just didn't have glasses.
Because she's old.
She's a rich auntie. Thank you very much.
Right. She's living her best auntie life. Not talking about grandma.
You know what I'm saying. I know she the older woman. God damn it.
Yeah, that's the time I wanted that. Yeah, I wanted them to let me. The bob wasn't giving like hers, but it was close. It was like, okay, that's Edna.
Yeah,
that's Edna. I see it. Give us more hair options, Capcom.
Yes.
You know what to do.
I like the color options they gave. Like I was able to make an ombre color. Like my hair is like fiery in the game.
Yes.
Oh really?
Cool.
Yeah, I made it like go like orange to like fiery. I mean red to like orange. Like like it's fire, and she got like little like red hard eyes and got a little scar right there.
Post a picture. Post a picture.
You know what? I'm on the game right now. I sure can.
Oh
not
you I sure can.
Yeah, it's on the other screen.
While we was in the background or before we started.
What I really liked about this one though is like they made it really casual friendly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got the world tour mode. They got the online lobby where you're literally walking around other players. You can play a game with them instead of the station like you're in real life. They also have the modern controls, which is like make the game way easier for like new players who just want to try shit out. And then they also have the classic controls for the the legacy players. That's what I play on. You know what I'm saying?
I'm modding all day, baby. I don't
right. You know what I'm saying?
Rapid first, Chelsea, because
both small ego,
here.
No, I feel like if I got on traditional, I'd be a little scarier. But modern, I just understand it right now. So.
Yeah. I think it's good because like it'll get people excited about the game, and they can play with their friends at a high level, and still have a really good time. And then like who knows, they might want to learn classic later, which can elevate your game overall. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of fun.
If you learn just heavy kick, light kick, punch, all that,
good. Right,
all over there, and just block. I'm an impatient fighter.
That's why I have to. Yeah, I'm not a great blocker. I have to be better at blocking.
I'm not a great blocker either. I'm going on the attack every time.
Noted.
I'm
ready for when we play. I'm just like
don't do this.
Inputting it in my brain. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do drive blocks and everything. I do those.
Man, Goofy been over here this weekend making a spreadsheet on all the people playing
It's
and like with the columns. Who doesn't block?
I'm gonna make a YouTube comp of
Who's
everybody.
Classic? Who's new, modern? You know, like that's
wild.
That's what he's doing. That's actually hilarious. You totally should make it.
What are we gonna be playing at DreamCon? It's gonna be Smash and Street Fighter. So
you know what? Yeah,
we need to stop giving Smash. Stop giving Smash credit. They don't even consider that game a fighting game. Just leave it in the dust.
It's a party game. Though. Whoa.
You're right. Yeah, it's a party game. What?
I can't leave Smash in the dust.
I want Nintendo to hurt. That's all.
I mean, I'm all for corporations hurting. But,
yeah, that's all I want. That's all I want. We could play it on the side though. Sneaky side games, yeah. Parian does go. Oh, I see y'all. Okay, they trying to give me tips in my chat. Parian does go crazy. I'm gonna do better. Okay.
Like mine are ready to like fight me.
Wow, y'all chill out.
They want to beat you up.
Fighting start first. Like
there's team battles though, or something like that.
Yeah, I think there is. I haven't done it yet. They saw me fight Mango on Friday, and they were like, "All right, y'all both kind of wild. We're not gonna bug y'all."
Look, you see J Dog talking about sure are they're ready. Yeah. Okay,
I'll be on your team, Christine.
Thank you.
I got you. You know what I'm saying?
We could talk about this all day. You just gotta play it, Christine. Then we gotta come back to it.
Yeah. I'm gonna download it right after we're done. I'm gonna download it on the PlayStation. Is everybody playing on PlayStation? Is it?
Nope.
Cross-platform.
PC. It is cross-platform.
Yes, cross.
Yes. Shout out to Capcom. Okay.
Yeah, they checked all the boxes. Yes. I'm looking at Tekken like y'all better come with some heat.
If we're gonna talk about Tekken real quick because that's my starter fighting game right now.
Love it.
I need to drop the Mishimas. I'm gonna need y'all to move on. They said they were gonna do that for Tekken 8, I think they're gonna do that. But yeah, we gotta stop.
The trailer is Jin and Kazuma fighting. God,
I know, but they need to be done. Like this needs to be the end of it because you can't compete with these other fight. Like Mortal Kombat, I think has the best narrative. Yes. I think Street Fighter, right, for sure. Like Street Fighter, I feel like right now definitely like the best play experience, and Tekken is like the most technical. Like it's in the name. Yeah, it's the most technical fighting game. But like to be competitive like Street Fighter is right now, they need to embrace the whole rounded like Street Fighter just did. Like it really set a standard, and I feel like I forgot Jinpachi exists. It's so many Mishima. Like we got Jinpachi, we got Kenpachi, we got Kazuya, and then you got Jin, and I'm like, bro.
Hayachi. Yeah.
Heihachi. Yeah. Jeez, like it's so many like sins of the father models we got going on here. And I'm tired. Like they got interesting characters, but we need to spice it up now.
Yeah. Just to add on to that, they gotta add some more like casual friendly options. Like Street Fighter nailed like they hit every single box. They have the combo trials, they have a good tutorial, you can literally play with your friends in the open world, you know what I'm saying? And not waiting this archaic ass lobby like Tekken had us. You gotta ready up like every time you got a match. I was waiting. Don't you know we all want dopamine? Like you better get us back in this game as fast as possible right now. You know what I mean? Like this is the new age, bro. Anybody trying to do all that. So I'm looking forward to see if Tekken does something like that because I definitely was hopping on there like, man, this is a lot slower. And I've been playing Tekken recently a lot too. They did add some they added frame data and they also added some tutorials called punishment training so you can punish people easier in practice mode. But they need to step it up, bro. They got to step it up.
I mean, Street Fighter did that for us.
Is Street Fighter the first fighting game?
Oh fuck. One of them though.
I think I was gonna before that.
I think there was
definitely something. Yeah,
I was gonna say Mortal Kombat, but I wasn't sure.
It feels like Mortal Kombat, but that was like the first like really violent one. Let me see.
I think Mortal Kombat was the first violent one. I feel like Final Fight might be one of the first few.
Okay, that makes sense.
What about Virtual Fighters or something like that? Was up
the first video game to feature fist fighting was Heavyweight Champ in 1976.
70.
Yeah, we might talk about that.
I don't know about that.
That's beyond.
I never heard it.
I think it's probably Tekken, Tekken or Street Fighter.
They were all cabinets, right? Yeah, like it could have been either or. Yeah.
Well, I guess more. Well, you know what? Street Fighter is probably cabinet as well. Like whatever.
This is chat. Go do something. Look it up. Teach us something.
Yeah, interns to type.
No, not interns. Chat. You watching in chat. You got phones. The interns be working hard. Y'all tell us. Educate us for a second.
Killer Instinct.
It was Street Fighter.
Right?
Right after Heavyweight Champ, it's Street Fighter.
Okay.
So
it is Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Yeah, Street Fighter, then Mortal Kombat. And
Damn it,
yeah.
And that's all cabinets, right? Then what was the first one that came to console? When consoles existed, what was the first one to come to like console?
Oh, probably
I remember Mortal Kombat.
Sega Genesis
Earliest for me.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I think Mortal Kombat was the one on Sega Genesis, the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said Karate Champ was on NES. Man, could be tracing this stuff for a minute.
Yeah.
I want to like where I want to follow the rope, the yarn, see where it all started.
Yeah.
Okay, so Street Fighter 2 was on Super Nintendo.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
NES.
Okay.
Gotcha.
It was Mortal Kombat first. That was on like the console. But
J-Dog
you know, the arcade scene was
from the
huge.
basement, so she's talking to y'all, like people in the chat.
I am. Yeah, y'all us. I'm glad y'all see that. Yeah. Y'all.
What actually got me into fighting games was my cousin. He grew up in like the arcade scene. My cousin and my brother both grew up in the arcade scene because they didn't have consoles at home at first. It was like you wanted to play the console, you had to go to the arcade. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of learned how to play there, and then they came home and they taught me how to play, and that's how I learned how to do the play on classic pretty much. I almost thought about getting a pad, but
I was thinking about it too, honestly.
Yeah. I was talking to my cousin. He's like, nah, bro, you can literally be a beast on controller. I was like, you know what, cousin, all right, you got it.
I heard when you have the pad, like you're next level.
Oh,
like,
it's way
lethal.
better when you have the fight pad to me.
It can be. I mean, it is definitely a different experience, and then I think it's just better for some people and other people. You know what I mean?
Is somebody's computer okay?
Somebody is popping off
I
back
don't
there.
know who's going crazy.
That
It's
ain't
all
me.
right. It's all right. The updates, they be updating.
Right. It's like, like, you know, when your computer's doing something, you're trying to click something and it's like, no, like it keeps making that sound.
Yeah.
Y'all
I might be one of the intern type kid. It was trying to click something.
Oh, well, that's hilarious. Lang. Shout out to Emperor Death. Wow. Emperor very Death. Morbid. I got very scared there for a second. We need a new Killer Instinct for real. I haven't played Killer Instinct. Have you guys played Killer Instinct?
Yep.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Killer Instinct.
If it's a fighting game, I played it.
I just find that hilariously ironic that came from Emperor Death. He's like, yeah,
right, with this Grim Reaper like skeleton face. That's funny.
They said
really quick.
Go ahead.
Whoever's doing overlays, because they got the picture of Jazz's character, so we can see her character. If you could throw that up on the screen.
Don't judge her outfit, y'all. I'm using it for stats.
No, we finna
I will.
So now we're looking at the wow.
Oh my god, the
I love the hair. I love the hair.
See, she got a face. Like, I usually don't put glasses on, but the glasses gave me a stat.
Why she looks so angry?
Right. But that's
right.
I wanted her to look mean. I wanted her to have like
with them booty shorts.
Yeah, I want a little like shoulder
she
legs
like a young grandma.
She got the legs showing, got a little tattoo scar. Like she been through some fights. She got a scar on her face.
She been through it.
Spoiled
up and everything.
Like, you sure she's not angry because them shorts be hitting them camel toes?
You know,
maybe,
it ain't that tight. She, you know,
she mad because them kids been playing in her yard. And she
ain't fighting the beast of the yeast. You know, she's good.
I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this.
This is like when a baddie puts on the I'm all over that TikTok where they're like, do I only pull white men? You put on the only pull white men fit.
Oh, that's a fact. That's
wait, what is that? Hold on.
Like she going hiking.
Yeah, she's like, I usually go to the club, but like, I guess I'll go hiking with my spicy boyfriend.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Okay, so first up on the news, Netflix live stream.
Somebody said they need those fighting jorts.
When we get a soundboard, bro? We need a soundboard.
We do need a soundboard. I got to figure out like how to do that on here. But the Global Netflix fan event is returning. It's going to be on June 17th. I thought it was pretty fire last year.
What is a fan event?
But it's a thing that Netflix has done for the past like 2 or 3 years where they talk about their full list of shows, movies. They talk about a lot of the stuff that's coming up. It's definitely a geek event, and they talk about their gaming stuff, you know, all the new things that they have coming up. They'll have normally a couple people from some of their shows that are hosting. I don't know if it says in here who is going to be hosting this, but you do have a feature from a lot of cast members from a lot of their different Netflix shows and movies, you know. that'll be on there.
To Doom a couple years. I got paid to stream to Doom a few years ago. It was fun. Woke up early on a Saturday, put on my pajamas and streamed it, and they had some interesting stuff come out. I think they were talking about Witcher and all that too. So yeah,
probably at that time. Yeah,
it was a good year to stream it.
So this is June 17th. It's going to be at 1:30 p.m. PST. There's all these letters. Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. It is going to have 100 plus Netflix stars that are going to be appearing in this stream. 45 plus Netflix shows, films, games. It's a 2-hour live show, and they said previous shows have been recorded. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense because how it was, because it was giving what is DC's one? DC
Fandom.
Yes. Yeah, it was kind of like that in the past, but this year it's going to be a live show, one global stage. So I'm looking forward to it. Netflix, as we know, houses a lot of original content that spans all of the world. You have original content from different countries, Korean shows, Brazilian shows, American shows. All the countries have their own shows that they're putting out. And yeah, would there be, so for you guys, because I don't know how much of Netflix that you guys get to see, because I know we're all busy peeps here. But if there was one Netflix original show that you would like to see as a fandom event type of thing, what would that be?
What do you mean, like a fandom event?
Witcher. I need to see the final.
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror?
Oh yes,
Okay.
that's it.
That one's good.
So like what I mean is kind of like
a
a showcase if you want to see it at a showcase.
Yeah, Death and Robots. I got to double down on that too.
Double down on that.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, she kind of hit the nail on the head with those two.
Yeah,
right
love
there.
Death and Robots. Yep.
Yeah,
Second
that and Black
was,
Mirror.
Third was bloody but amazing.
Yeah.
The fourth one. Black Mirror is gonna be cool this year if it's coming out this year.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I gotta sit and watch through Black Mirror. I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes, and yes, I know I need to sit through and like watch them. No, they're not. They're sad or very unique. Like I watched one with Anthony Mackie and what is his name?
Oh, the video game thing?
Yes, the video game one. Yeah. That was very interesting. I thought
the one that set the internet ablaze.
They were mad.
Yeah.
Chad has some good ones. Arcane, yes. What'd you say, Goofy?
Oh, Arcane for sure. That's another great. That's like peak. You know what I'm saying?
Stranger Things is done though, right? It's done.
No,
they got one more, half a season left.
They gotta hurry up and make it because these kids not kids.
I thought they was done. Right?
Millie Bobby Brown got married and shit. Like,
yeah, she got married to some older dude. I don't know.
Oh, she married?
Yeah.
One show that I really want to see is and they canceled it a while ago, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Is Marco Polo. I don't know if you ever watched that one.
I've heard of it.
I think so.
I've seen the ads for it. I've never watched
good.
Yeah.
It has Juan from Doctor Strange. He plays what name the man?
I forgot, bro.
Man?
It's been a while.
Genghis Khan.
Oh yeah.
Genghis Khan. That's a good show. For me, everything that you guys said was great, right? Those in the chat, all those things are great. Mine would be Bridgerton, okay? Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte. I am here for it, okay?
Oh, nothing just to hear you fought. I love you. Ever since you walked over them. You know, I've been hearing that TikTok sound.
You did not have to do them dirty like that.
I like Bridgerton. It gets me in my you get romance, you've got this. And then it's like so diverse, with like constantly mixing and so diverse. And India, who played in Queen Charlotte. I love seeing the colors mixing.
That was her name,
yeah, India, who played Queen Charlotte, the young Queen Charlotte, was absolutely phenomenal and amazing. And so I would love to see what else they've got next. Hopefully we've got stuff for the next season of Bridgerton happening,
Yeah, Love is Blind. I know they filmed like 7 seasons at one time and only give us one at a time.
Is that true? Like they filmed them all at one time?
Oh, they filmed them all like back to back?
Yeah. Ultimatum, the Ultimatum that's out right now, filmed in 2021.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they
that makes sense.
Back. Yeah, so I think they filmed Miami and one other place when they filmed the last Love is Blind.
I wonder if they do that for like The Circle too. Did it up for The Circle?
Probably. I mean, you got to think about it. They have everybody signing NDAs. They can't talk about it, so they could theoretically be filming all kind of shit all time of the year and just only pick the best shit, you know.
And all these different. So Nate, what's his name? Not Nathan. What's the man's name? Nick Lachey and his wife Vanessa. So they're flying from city to city, like, hey, giving this speech. Now let's go to this city and give this speech.
They
now
need to not host no more. Like host.
They were talking about that one time. I was like, she likes that show too, but I told her straight up, I was like, I don't like either of them. I feel like they hypocrites and they over here.
I feel like a lot of the takes that they had, especially on this last one, like the last reunion, was very biased, and they kept on pushing the whole baby thing. I'm like, you don't know people's situation if they're trying or anything like that. Like, please leave it alone. She kept bringing it up a million times.
Oh, he was crazy in this one season.
I saw the season before. I didn't see this last season. I gotta watch it.
Like, damn, we are literally in late stage capitalism. You don't stop talking about these babies.
Right. I was like, do you know the state of the world we're in?
Like, come on, bro. It's tone deaf. It's tone deaf.
We even ran out of formula at one point. You think people?
I remember that.
Like, come on now.
That's crazy.
Ran out of formula.
You went out of formula.
Wait a minute.
It was because it was like, I think just like the toilet paper thing. They were just like, people were just buying it up.
You know what? Since we talk about unrealistic expectations, I'm gonna need them to keep selling sunsets. I love that. I will eat that up. Keep selling the sunset. Sell Tampa. I need all of them. They were selling the OC at one point. I love it. I gotta
watch the Tampa one because I want to see about the places that they have. Because
that's an all black. It's an all black real estate agency that was a spinoff from Selling Sunset, and they even show them like throwing the keys to them in Tampa, and it's really good. You should watch it.
I gotta watch
watching
it.
Young, Rich, and African right now.
I watched that too. Ooh,
how is it?
You know why I love watching the show? Not even for the drama. I just love seeing.
Right?
Yes, I love seeing their outfits. I love hearing their accents. I love seeing everything like around, like in the background. I just be looking, like I don't even be paying attention to the drama.
So it's like
I love those I love those like black reality shows where it's just kind of like slice of life. It's not like, because I mean, Love and Hip Hop has been doing it for a long time, but it's about drama and then throwing drinks and fighting each other, right? Whereas like Sweet Life, which was on HBO, which was produced by Issa Rae, that was I lived for that show because it was cool to see it. Sweet Life, it's on HBO. They canceled it, you know, because
it was canceled.
Zasloff, that person canceled it. Okay. Yeah.
What was it? It was a reality show?
It's basically a reality show about like young, like people our age, 20s, like 20s and up, 30s, and being like business owners, like them either venturing into business or already having one. Like what's his name? Hypeland, the dude for Hypeland, Jordan, he's on there. Jordan, he's on there and everything like that. So it gives you like an insight of like what they deal with and, you know, social circles and stuff like that.
And also relationships and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. And like even the natural things, because some of them have been in relationships for a long time, and then they're thinking of the next step, getting married, you know, or moving in with each other, or what that life is like. It was really great. It was giving. I don't know if any of you guys watched Laguna Beach or The Hills or anything like that. I loved those shows. So for me, it was like, this is the black version. They're all amazing. I love them. I was hyped, and I was so sad when they got canceled.
Just to touch on what Jazzy was talking about seeing like Africa and stuff like that. Have you ever watched Love is Blind Brazil or some shit?
Yeah.
No.
That shit be going up.
Yeah. No, I saw a clip of it and my jaw dropped because like it was like I think it was a clip of a dude that like matched up with somebody and then like they were ready to see each other and then like as soon as he saw her, he saw the bigger woman and then he was like, nah. I can't do it. And I was like, you know what?
She's too strong for me. That's what he
said.
That's what he said. I can't be with a strong woman. I don't know.
Clown behavior.
As soon as he saw her, he said, I can't be with this woman.
It was sad.
These glasses. Yeah, I feel bad. So what did she do?
Glasses, Chelsea?
Because this is goofy behavior. I can't see that. I'm blinded. Love is blind, and this is how blind I'm about to be.
Right. That is wild.
He needed one of these. Yeah.
Speaking of race, I know we weren't talking about race, but yes, we kind of were at the same time. Harold, please, does anyone speak French so I don't say this wrong? Perrineau? We'll just go with that. Says he was fired from Lost after asking for for characters of color to have equal depth. So this is an article on today.com, and apparently there is an author, Maureen Ryan. She's writing a book called Burn It Down: Power, Complicity, and a Call for Change in Hollywood. And in a section of the book, she's talking to a lot of people that worked on Lost, and one of the stories that are featured is from Harry. Or Harold, excuse me, not Harry. I don't know him personally like that. Harold, okay? Mr. Perry, no, okay? And he was talking about when he was on Lost, there were characters of color. There was him, there was Daniel. I don't want to mess up his name, okay? I had the names up in a second. But Daniel was there, okay? Daniel, who is Korean. And there were a couple of other characters. And he had mentioned how their stories seemed to just kind of shift, and they were becoming less Daniel Day Kim, that's his name. They were less in the foreground, and it was more centered around the white characters. And one of the things that he had asked the showrunners was like, hey, can we do some more storylines for the characters of color? And the showrunner, then this is something that upsets me. The showrunner replied and said, well, the audience finds those white characters more relatable.
Wonder why.
Okay.
I wonder.
Cowards! I'm tired of networks. Every media show, network, streaming service, the audience will eat what they are fed. That's it. They're not making the show. If you choose to show, the reason why there are these standards is because y'all have set them, and you can break them. I promise. If it's good, people will eat. Period.
That's my thing too. I'm like, y'all be acting like characters, only goodness of them is their race. Like, and the only relative part of them is their race. Like, you can connect and relate to somebody and still be a different color.
Right.
Like, you can't.
And if you can't, then
you're racist.
Yeah,
that's
much.
the same thing
With
that they
the
try to
hard
pull with, and I'll never forget it. That's the same thing they try to pull with Chadwick when he was playing Black Panther, and then they was trying to set up his character to have a British accent because it'll be more relatable and comfortable for more audiences. And then he was
that's
like,
the most colonized shit ever.
Yeah,
bro.
I was about to say that makes no sense to the character because he's from Wakanda that hasn't been colonized or touched by anybody.
Right.
Why would he be British? Like, and I'm like, comfortable for who? Because it was like it'll make people uncomfortable if he speaks an African accent, and they're like, comfortable for who? Who are you talking about?
I'm like, you made me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like, and he said that he was basically like, if you go this route, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not doing it.
And that's wild. So he had told so his character, he was the father, he had a son. In season 2, his son, the character that plays his son, was kidnapped. And when he read the script originally, he was supposed to just talk about it one time throughout the whole entire episode. And he's like, it doesn't make sense to me. Why would my son is missing. Why would I only talk about it once? And he was saying how early on he realized that it was that he was there just to make it more equitable, and that he was just to be there to be the black guy. Daniel Day Kim was just there to be the Asian guy. And
the tokens.
They have them as the tokens. He mentioned that at cast photo shoots, a lot of times the people of color were put to the side, and the white characters were more in the center of the photo shoots. He had said how when he had talked to them about, talking more about it, he said he felt uncomfortable because he's like, even in fiction, I don't want my character to be the black man that doesn't care about missing black boys. He's like, this is a narrative that I don't want to push. And so when he talked to them about it, and if you let me present this really quick so I can read from it while I'm looking at it with y'all. There we go. Is it just showing just that? Okay, good. Because every time I show my tabs, I hear it. I don't want to hear it. Okay. And yes, I got 50 tabs open. Okay.
I was about to say, you still got like 50. Oh my God.
I do.
Y'all gotta start grouping y'all's tabs. Okay. Nobody sees them.
But yes, he was saying how his character never mentions Walt again in the episode, and he thought that was problematic. He's like, I can't be another person who doesn't care about missing black boys, even in the context of fiction. This is just furthering the narrative that nobody cares about black boys, even black fathers. When he was given a second draft let me see. Oh, he said after he addressed it, he noticed there was differences in his screen time and the shift from the creatives initially being eager to cast him. So originally they were eager to talk to him after he brought this up. No, you were not hearing my computer earlier, J-Dog. Okay, go to sleep. Okay. But yeah, he said that they were originally eager to cast him and work with him, but after having that, he noticed that he was less on the call sheet. He wasn't a part of the show as often. And he talked to them and he said, if you're going to use me, let's work. I'm here to work. I'm good at my job and I'll do anything you want except be the black guy on your show. So he had talked to them about the importance of Michael's care about his son. They rewrote the script, but then he got before the season 2 finale was filmed, he was approached and they told him that his character would not be in season 3. So, and which is the same season that the son was, kidnapped in. So they told him that he wasn't going to be on the show anymore. But then later they did have him pop in for like recurring kind of way. But what's wild is because, people were, when he asked for much, I think when there was something he had said where, there was something that they had said in the when they were talking to him, like that there wasn't any room for the show. Later on in the article, they talk about there's no more room in the show for him because there was a certain storyline that they had to spend more time on. But when you read further in the article, Ryan, the author, said that she also interviewed another writer who was on the show who talked about how toxic it was as a writer. Owusu. Okay, y'all try to say that. I can't. I don't want to mess that up.
Owusu Brain.
Yes, there you go. And she was talking about how toxic it was on set and how one of the guys, I guess, had adopted an Asian child. And one of the people, like a comment in the writer's room, was that no grandparent wants a slanty-eyed grandchild. They also heard the showrunner saying, claiming that Perinu called me racist, so I fired his ass. Okay, that's yeah. So that, and this is another person talking about it. But when she talks to Lindelof, who was the showrunner, that's the one he says, oh, there wasn't any more room in the show for him because of the storylines that they were trying to focus on and pick up. So reading this, which I don't know if you guys had a chance to read through this before we, started and talked about this today, but reading this, it really pushes mind you, Lost was a show from, what was that? Early 2000s. It was like a long running show from early 2000s. However, this just shows you a lot has not changed since then, So my questions to you, what are the issues that you guys have with this article and this situation? And then what thoughts or advice can you give or ideas on ways to fix things like this in the, for future productions or current productions that may be rolling?
I feel like we got to make our own studios and hire our own writers and our own makeup artists and all that stuff and stop trying to like almost beg to fit into somewhere where they don't even want you. Like I'd rather
nobody got time for them.
Yeah.
You're not here to teach you anything. Rather too young for it.
First of all, I would rather sue off of that whole situation, use that money to make a new studio and then get things going somewhere else.
Yeah, I get so like I hear these stories so many times because, like, I mean, are we surprised? No. And of course, especially back in I've had people when I was working with them in 2020 tell me how, like, oh, like a couple years ago, I would have never looked at a talent like yourself because, demographics, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, obviously, I know where I live. I mean, it's America for a reason. But I hate that we have to always start from scratch and we always have to work inside the box until we can make our own box. And it's always going to be a tiring conversation of, wow, like somebody in chat said, we're just props. We're always a prop. It's never like a part of the story. We're just like the checkbox. And that still pervades to this day. So yeah, we're getting better. I saw somebody in chat saying they were excited about how we have a black superhero and we have a black like fantastical mermaid, and that is like the pinnacle of media in these past few weeks. So that's fun. I enjoy that. I just need more of that. Hopefully someday.
Goofy, what about you? You look like you're very pensive right now.
I just, I hear these kind of stories, and I just try not to scream and yell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when people ask me like, "What is the solution here?" One, why are you asking us? I mean, we didn't break it. Y'all know what y'all doing. Let's stop being candid. Like this is a white problem. This is not a black problem. You know what I mean? And I'm like, if you want ways to fix it, dismantle white supremacy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of what it is. What it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like these roles that are being devved out to black people are the way they are because the people who are writing them, the people who are overseeing the writers, have a certain worldview, and they want to cater to white people. I mean, we've seen with Black Panther, black. That's like an all black cast. That movie did amazing. So you can't even say it's not. It's like financial,
not marketable.
Anymore. Yeah, it is marketable. It's I mean that was an entire black cast in a superhero movie. And I mean, come on, bro. Let's be for real. Miles Morales.
Hello.
So what's like? So now you see the stats. So what's holding y'all back now?
Yeah.
I mean, it's old parts up in Hollywood. That's what it is.
Yeah. Was it always that? And y'all just didn't want to say it? You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, for sure.
That part.
Lynn, what about you?
I just get, as you stated, I just get frustrated with these kind of things because we're just getting older and we're not here to teach anybody from up there anything. Just we're all worthy of a place. We all are here working together. And the only thing I could think of is people relying on thinking that it's the white Americans that sell things when really there's more of the minorities. And I don't know why they just continue to replay this story like that they're never going to get a role. Like everyone is worthy. Like I'm a fighter. I want to fight somebody. That's all.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no! What I was going to say is what you said just really boils it down to the appropriation of our culture. Yeah. They say that we're not marketable, but when these girls on TikTok, these white little girls do the black dances, okay, you pay the money. So we are marketable. You steal from us constantly. Like our fashion, they constantly like try to normalize our fashion, but not our face. They normalize our dances, but not the people and the women that made the dances. They normalize like a lot
edges.
Of our culture. Yeah,
black edges. Do you remember that when the white girl was just like,
"Girl, it's sticky bangs." You didn't know? Those are sticky bangs, girl.
Wait, is that what they're calling it?
Yes.
Y'all can't be serious. They call it sticky bangs.
Yeah, and
they call it sticky bangs
right now,
and they're making money. They're making money.
And the thick girls got the gats. That's what they got.
Yes.
So thank you for that perfect segue, Goofy. That's what I'm talking about. No, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Christine. Like they will take words like that's oof. Remember how we had to abandon ratchet?
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And woke.
Yeah,
there's so much lingo we've had to abandon because people, and this is me being polite when I say people. The people will go and they'll take these words and they've called it internet speak. They've called it TikTok language. They've called it Twitter speak.
And I'm like,
all of this
urban.
Like it's not right.
It's not. I hate the word urban so much.
You should.
Yes.
And you should.
Like,
but it's black folk.
Urban fit. I was black. Like
y'all. I was in a call and I was like, man, y'all ever put y'all foot in something? Like y'all know what it means to put your foot in it.
Yes.
Everybody on that call was like, Chelsea, what does that mean? I've never heard of putting your foot. What do you have with feet? I'm like, oh my God. And it's like, you really got to know your demographic.
Like, what do you like feet? Are you a feet person?
Yes, that's what they immediately just, what do you like? I'm like, baby, y'all need to go south of the border.
That's why I love when I say y'all smell like outside and they have no clue what you're talking about.
Yes, I'm like, you ain't ever smell. Like even I would have put the connection. Like
the pennies, copper.
They can't even connect it. The people who are ignorant to what they are saying, that's the most accurate and polite way that I can put it, because there are people who do understand, but the people who just be saying the words just to say it because they think it's cool and they don't get that it's from black people who have been saying it for like decades now, and they just take it and turn it into something else. Like now, when I say I have never thought of big in my back, right? Never big in my back, or why is my back big? Now everybody's saying it now, and it's fun in the moment, sure. But now I can easily see that. I can see that turning and flipping real soon. Just because of how fast the internet is. Unbigging my back. Like
the biggest one that I could not get over was when everybody was mispronouncing child. Like
Chile.
It was like Chile, please.
Wait, what?
Chile,
People were
please.
Chile,
please. And I was like, y'all trying to say child? Like, oh my God. Like, I was like, y'all know that's a country, right? Like,
that shit is actually crazy. And it's like when you tell people about it, they like to argue with you about it. It's like the world doesn't move without Black creativity, bro.
It doesn't.
So start paying us like that, goddamn it.
It's like couture. No, it really is couture because
I'm gonna start saying Chile.
You should say Chile. No, make it a joke.
What?
Truly,
newsflash, buddy.
Black culture is couture, and they keep picking parts from it and boiling it down and bringing it in, and they think they can dress and wear it up a certain way, but it really comes from us. Like for real. And I'm tired of people picking it and like making it something worse than it is. Like,
and even like when like, cause you guys had mentioned Black superheroes, and even cause as of now, not saying that Black superheroes have never existed. Blade, we give you your flowers for sure. But like to the depths of like Black Panther having pretty much, there was like one white guy in that movie. Like it was like
he was
pretty much. Oh, there was like two white guys. I forgot about the other one that got shot in the back. But yeah, there was two white guys in that movie. It is like mainly a Black cast, a Black writer director, a lot of people behind the scenes. That equity, and it's like when the Lord of the Rings came out and they had Black elves, people were like, "Oh, Black elf, that's not realistic about this." Fantastical, meaning fantasy world. It's not realistic to have Black elves. And I feel like there's, when the people making these productions and then the people that are in the, that are cancel culture, they be like
the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, but Black people,
no,
have giant orcs,
enemies,
vampires,
but they can't
let
be
a Black person
elf.
be in there.
Like as if we can't have, we don't have other sides to us. They'll be quick to cast us as like a baby mama, sassy attitude baby mama. That's a realistic casting audition line that I saw for Black characters when I was big into doing acting. Sassy. Crazy. Attitude, baby mama, okay, or like the guy who plays basketball, always basketball, never football, always basketball, okay, and then like slanging drugs on the corner, right? It's like those are the mindsets they have to us. So I will say this, right, of an experience that I've had. I'll be very mindful. I was pitching an idea I had to a group in regards for it to be a show, and the idea of the show was in the realm of it being like. Kind of like what we do here, like a gaming news show that features, Black gamers talking about gaming and stuff like that, right? And the first response I got was, well, where's the lesson in that, right? Or where's the social justice in that? And
I'm sorry. I'm like,
why? But why do we don't always have to teach? We don't always have to teach about social justice. We don't always have to teach about the things that we have to fight to survive, fight to exist on every plane, including the internet. Okay. And social justice does not need to be included in all of that. We live social justice. Us being Black is social justice.
Thank you for saying that, because imagine walking around just your home and you don't have to count. Like you just exist. Like I be counting everywhere I go. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm here. Thank you. But being somewhere you don't even have to think about who you are and how you're perceived in a situation, it's a blessing. It's absolutely a blessing. And just speaking on media where Black people exist and they kind of just exist to be in fantasy, like Lovecraft Country and Interview with the Vampire, they still hit on those tones, but it's cool to see them as the forefront of fantastical media.
And the payback.
Yeah.
Yes,
Lovecraft Country, that payback was good.
Good. Mwah.
And that show got canceled.
I never actually watched it when they canceled it because of that, right?
I know.
Yeah,
I hated it.
We was getting too inspired, as Black people. They didn't like that, so they canceled that show.
Yeah, ending's a little it's weird, but it was definitely worth a watch.
Have you ever seen American Gods?
I've watched the first season.
I watched a little bit of it.
There's like a scene on there. I didn't watch the show, but there's a scene on there where a guy, I guess he's like the god of like, I don't know, something, but would deal with black people, and he just talks about how treacherous slavery was, and
yes,
they kicked him off like right the next season. Yeah, they kicked him off the next season.
They did.
Yeah.
It was
and
wild.
He had something to say about that. Yeah.
But also, I feel like American Gods, it had like an iffy start to it. It was a lot of triggering stuff where I was like, baby, why would you show me that? Don't do that. Why did we need to see that? So yeah, they pull on that too. Interesting story, but I'm glad that they had Anansi actually speaking that like into black rage. Because I saw that scene. That was satisfying in that moment.
Yeah, he was on a slave ship. He was talking to the spider or some shit, and that shit gave me chills, bro. Yes. I was like, I didn't even watch the show, but I was like, I gotta check this shit out. I gotta go watch this right now. You know,
I gotta see the scene.
Yeah, it's really it's powerful, honestly.
It was great. Yeah, screw them for firing him.
Really quick, shout out to Emperor Death. Lang. One of the best black superheroes is Spawn. Spawn is another good one.
Hold on, let me put my hot tap hat on real quick. Right. You mean the brother that got his skin burned off? That's the best black super. Come on now. Let's be for real.
He's fire. Okay, he out. I mean,
the whole movie.
No pun intended, but
he went to hell and got his skin got burned. Oh, now he's a good super. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god!
He's just joking.
Off right now.
Wait, weren't they making another Spawn? What happened to that? Weren't they making another Spawn?
I thought they were making Blade, but I don't know about Spawn.
I know they were working on another Spawn. I think Jamie Foxx was involved and whatnot.
Yeah,
well, then that's what happened. Everybody keeps saying Jamie Foxx is dying. So
everybody's so creative,
which is wild. Y'all need to stop that.
Crazy about just not even just him, but like celebrity stories or whatever. Like, if the family hasn't said anything, why are you making like all these theories and conspiracy theories? And it's almost like as if you're wishing for it to happen. Like you're speaking out for the end of the universe to be like, oh, well, it hasn't happened, but since so many people are talking about it, you might as well make it real. Like, come on now, like, relax.
Girl, I read that article. I was so mad, right? Because I love Jamie Foxx. He's been a part of my like life since Jamie Foxx show, In Living Color, you know. I grew up watching Jamie Foxx, and I always loved because he could sing. And he was on there. He was
multi-talented.
Yeah, he could sing. He could sing, girl. And so then he had his album. I was listening to that song he had with Drake. I love that song. Okay, back when Drake was Drake and not whatever he is now.
Like, I appreciate that.
I was, but I like when I saw the article, it was saying like that his family is preparing for the worst. And I read the article. You know, in the article it says that they know nothing, that it was a mysterious illness, and he went to the hospital, but they don't have confirmed information about even what he went through.
So what we talking about?
But the title is the family's preparing for the worst, and that whole article they know nothing. They don't even know where he was when he went to the hospital. Like they know nothing. People make me sick. But on a better note, Bad Waifu.
Oh shit, I'm here. In case you can't tell, sometimes I forget I'm here.
I like not being perceived. It's great.
Yeah, same.
Sometimes I do like being invisible. You know, you can shop.
I do. I'm a Scorpio and a dragon, an introvert, and I'll just be like in my blanket. You can't see me, but I'm black, and you know, in a white classroom. So damn, y'all can see me.
I love that.
Really quick, since you mentioned classroom, sleeping in class, that was some good sleep, bro.
Those were fantastic.
Don't sleep in the class, but you know, if you've been to school already, you done. You should not be sleeping in class. But them naps, though, it's just like I don't know if it's the knowledge.
My schools was not safe enough for me to take a nap. I don't think so.
Well, I was knocked out in trigonometry. Okay, I'm front
fall
row.
asleep, you gonna wake up looking different.
Well, because back then I had to wake up at 5:30 to get to school, like at 6:30. I'm like, why am I waking up so early? We gotta work.
Early? Why do they got kids waking up that? What they doing?
That's a good question.
I got a job.
They trying to train you for jail or for a cubicle job.
That's true.
Yeah. That does sound a little bit
Don't
right.
let me go through my whole conspiracy thing.
It is
I'm like, school is set up exactly like jail, and
that's not a conspiracy.
And they don't want you to be creative. That's why they got kids wearing uniforms and shit, saying it's going to distract them. No, it's not. It's for you to wear a jail uniform, or if you go to work and wear a uniform.
Jesus
it's all
Christ!
Oh wow, this escalated.
It doesn't actually help you.
No.
That's what
Was it
escalated? Wendell and Wild.
They
talked about that. In Wendell,
you know that prisons are the same companies that give food for kids.
Yes.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
No, it is. It's just
maybe
true.
not because they were delicious. And then we had Domino's in high school. So
wait, what was
that? Some nice schools because
your school lunch was delicious.
Oh yeah, girl! I love. They had some the Spunkemeyer cookies and chocolate chip cookies. I was cracked on them chocolate chips.
You get bless you and your
I know, right? Where you went to school at?
Cookies. I went to. Should I say? Maybe I shouldn't say.
No, don't. But I hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
You know what? I'm trying to figure out why schools around the country always insist in making us drink milk and chocolate milk with our meals. That
and
is
a lot
like
of times
a
it was spoiled.
For like
well, wait, rewind. You had good food, but you had spoiled. You had good food, but you had spoiled milk. I needed to make sense.
I wasn't a big milk person, except for chocolate milk. Chocolate
milk. You gotta eat cheese pizza with chocolate milk. That was yuck.
Yeah, sometimes it'll be spoiled
right now. I'm sorry. You know what? Excuse
us,
Waifu.
On the food, not the milk, Chelsea. I don't know.
I was attacked. That was wild.
Yeah,
Waifu, I'm so sorry. That was supposed to be for you. We gotta give Waifu the stage.
Yeah. They give us milk in a bag.
I was just thinking how we sucking on cow titties.
Not me.
That's the thing.
I want to know who was the first person to
suck the cow titties.
Who figured it out? And how did you figure it out? Did you do it by hand?
Because they definitely had to tug on it first, because that's how the milk comes out.
He just put his mouth on it.
I was trying to keep us on topic.
No middleman, just in there.
It's hard.
I was really concerned.
Keeping this train on track. Y'all can look it up. Look up how we started with cow milk and chat. Y'all can educate us. Oh my Lord.
So before we go to Bad Waifu Official, aka Linda, aka Lynn, aka CEO of Bad Waifu Official. Okay. Got a lot of AKAs with the really cute things that you're about to show. I want to say shout out really quick to Emperor Death for the donations. Thank you so much for bringing them in.
Thank you.
Social media is really poison for everyone involved with it. We need a better way before it's too late.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some of y'all need no account.
I feel like people just need to be like limited to what they consume, or if you are going to consume it 24/7, like don't absorb what you're consuming, if that makes sense. Because it's a lot of stuff that like I hear this term all the time, like people being chronically online, and I didn't know that was a thing. And I was like, what is that? And that's apparently like people that just be going app to app to app all day. Yeah. And like it's like they get their opinions and everything like it's warped from that and their worldview of like the world. I'm like, y'all gotta limit yourself if that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Restraint.
Or for the love of God, just stop making a profit a motive to social media, because it's tearing our society apart. If engagement equals the most important thing, and being angry, it makes you the most engaged, then they're going to keep perpetuating anger and or whatever news cycle. I mean, we saw that during the 2020 BLM stuff. You know, whatever's going to get the most clicks, the most views, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? So like, and it's honestly tearing our society to the seam. Who's seen it's a documentary on Netflix about that actually, but I think it's called
The Social Network.
No,
that's the movie. I know what you're talking about though. I have seen it.
It talks about that pretty much. You know what I mean? And it's, I mean.
Oh, I vaguely know what you're talking about. No, you're absolutely right. Wow, Goofy Wise with another answer yet again. I mean, very common. Very common.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So,
put it on my wall.
Yes.
Linda, Bad Waifu Official. Okay, what do you have to show us today?
I feel like my presentation back in high school. So I have my purses here. So I don't know if you can see. So I have my three new bag collection. So I'm gonna present like each one because each one's just a little bit different here. Look at my presentation skill. I haven't done this in like 5 years, y'all. So, but the inside, you get like a long strap. Each of the bag has a long strap, and then inside is a yellow. It's a yellow interior. So It took me like 6 months to create each of these purses and find because you want to accommodate everyone's body size and just the placement of the strap when women are wearing it. So that's like mostly that I focus on. So
this pink one gives me
and this is like the pink one.
Oh, that's my color, girl. That's gonna bring my eyes out.
And it's funny because when you're like presenting them, people would get the purple one, but I'm like, y'all missing out on the pink one. So it has like a lime green inside.
Oh, that's cute.
So it's very cute. This one, and then I have, of course, you have to be unbiased.
I like that one.
This is straight off black on black. It's black inside, but each of them have like the same feature, the metal plates, and which is my favorite, call them feet, because I don't like my purse touching the ground, especially in a women's bathroom. So
thank you.
We are doing pre-orders and they are coming at the end of June. And the reason why I make them is because I am a businesswoman, but I also work for like a federal corporation. I work as a consultant. So I started taking these to work, and surprisingly, I have met a lot of secretaries of like departments and directors that actually like anime, which was really a shocker because nowadays, when you're getting older, you tend to, have a big girl job or just a big adult job, and there's not really fitting on probably where your whole path in life is at the moment. But it's nice that I'm, in DC, I'm meeting all these politicians, these lawyers, and they're like, hey, I like your bag. And I'll just be like, who are you? They're like, well, I'm Professor da 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 da. So it's actually been like a very exciting journey to see like older people just giving me props and me judge. I actually judged them. I'm not even gonna lie. I judged them. I'd be like, oh, you're in a suit. You probably don't know anything. And they'll be like, back in my day, I used to watch. I'm like, let me shut my mouth.
Then your day is our day. Like,
and it's just, it's so sad because I see a lot of older people when I was starting, they're like, it's not for me. I'm a dad or I'm a mom or I'm this job. Oh, yeah, I would get a lot of those. And then I think my favorite memory was this woman. She was 55 years old and she was my director for this project I was working. And her icon was Naruto. And I'm saying no one knew what it was. They thought it was like her grandson or something. And then I was just like, this is very interesting. How people still, try to present their authentic self, even in the work field, either with their car, and try to find a way to bring that love into their life somehow without, feeling like they need to erase it just because they're getting older. So I know I went into like a deep dive, but it's like very like an amazing movement that I'm seeing. Like, yo, like you can still like video games. Don't let the world act like you too old for that. You can still watch anime. Don't let the world omit their berserk and there's crazy stuff. There's other options, other ways if you do love those things when you were young. So it's I think it's like very, very important to highlight those things, especially the older people, and just bring them back.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's me to buy them Jimmy Choo Sailor Moon boots. So
okay, now I don't know who's buying that and where you going with that.
Somewhere. I'll figure
that purse will be a great accessory. I'll tell you that much.
It'd be tripping me out. Like, where are you going?
Girl, somewhere like Coachella. To the moon.
Basically to the moon kingdom.
The moon. Come on.
Oh my Lord. I gotta go find them now.
I feel like this generation of like, millennials, Gen Zs are going to be the generation that continues to really like be involved with like gaming, anime, and all that stuff. We're not going to give up on our passions because we grew up in such a dark time, and then also our boomer parents boomer and Gen X parents been trying to get us out of doing all the things that we love our whole life, and it's like, nah, we adults with adult money, and we adult money fun things. God that means plushies, that means anime, that means whatever the fuck we like. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna have a good time too. So.
And then we found ways to market, find to like when you think of RDC World, right? When you think of a lot of the things that they do, a lot of that they've found ways to market off of that love and that passion that they have for the things that they're doing, and it's really showing. That purse, that pink one, that was so cute.
Yeah,
I love that pink.
It's cute. It's cute.
Yeah,
I want that link so I can share it with my peeps.
Yes, please. And I was just going to say, like, whenever I know in the community, there's like a lot of like negativity and hardship or whatever that's going through. But if people realize how important we are and how strong we are and how we promote things and support each other, it would go so far, like ridiculously far. It doesn't have to just be focused on one person. Like everyone has a chance to do what they love. You don't have to be the most perfect person to do it. You don't have to be the prettiest person, and you don't have to be the smartest person. As long as you enjoy it, people are going to resonate from you and go along the ride with you. And I think people need to understand that. Like, you have a place everywhere in this community. You support each other, and don't let people bring you down. If they bring you down, you whoop that ass.
There you go.
I love it.
I like that.
Best description.
I love it.
Yeah.
No notes.
None at all.
No.
So make sure you guys go to BadWaifuOfficial. The interns have dropped the links in the chat for you guys to check out and support. Pre-orders, like Lynn said, is available right now for the totes. And some of our other, like the Gojo mini tote, that one's sold out.
Yeah, that one sold out. So we had other bags when I started, and then this is like our second collection that we just released.
I love this Sakuna lacing detailed mesh dress.
Yes, that was a very interesting project. I actually let the audience pick what kind of dress they wanted, and then I worked on it an extra 3 months just to fix it and put it together. So like the sleeves are mesh, so it's breathable. You can see in the front it's adjustable. So if you're a double D, double extra H or whatever, it will adjust to the outfit. But it's actually
thank you.
Yeah.
Hey,
But they're everywhere. You know, we have different body types in America. So it's definitely form fitting. I actually wore it at a omakase chef dinner. Yes. And I had a lot of compliments about my dress, and I got a free plate of meat. Okay, A5 Wagyu. And I was thank you.
How was the Wagyu? Did it just melt in your mouth?
It does. It's fantastic.
I want Wagyu so bad. That's one of my meats that I want to eat. Okay. I
both of y'all.
Plate of meats they want to eat.
Yeah, you're gonna have you need to save that, clip it, and upload exactly what you just said.
Y'all are tempting me right now. I'm like,
I failed immediately when she said I got a free plate of meat. I was like, ooh. Wow.
Yeah, I was like,
oh wow, got it.
You know what, y'all? Chat, leave me alone, okay?
What was on the plate?
Meats that I want to eat.
Because I saw I heard about Wagyu that it melts in your mouth. I just really want to. Okay, anyways, so get your BadWaifuOfficial.com.
Yes.
Okay, definitely check it out. Great stuff, beautiful things. And one thing I do before we move on, I think it's really cool that you've been wearing your own things and having your own bags, and people are like, "Ooh, I love it!" Right?
Right.
And it's like it's what you made. It's not that you bought it somewhere, you know. So there's got to be like a pride that you feel like, you know.
I get a little giggy. I get a little, oh, thank you, but I feel like I'm more emotional when it's all gone, and I'll be like, damn,
it's gone.
I'm not doing that shit again. Damn. That's how I feel. Like we got to move on.
That's hilarious. All right, so Spider-Man hold on, let's skip this. Let's go to the Miles Morales, the Spider-Verse. Let's go to Spider-Verse. We were gonna have like a whole Spider-Man talk, but you know, race happened. But Spider-Verse, okay. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse review. So I know that you guys have seen it. Lynn, did you get to see it?
No, I have not got to see it, but I am actually quickly going to jump off so I can actually go see it.
Hey.
What a send off.
We're not going to say anything about it.
Okay, because I'm not going to be here. So, but thank you guys.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye.
I bet.
She was great. I loved having her on.
Yeah.
When I saw the totes on Instagram, I was like, "Hey, you want to come on the podcast again?" You know, show faceless person.
Show this off real quick.
Yeah, because I was like, "Ooh, them things are so cute." But yes, Across the Spider-Verse. Okay, it released officially on Friday, but a lot of people got to see it Thursday because depending on where you are, some theaters they have early screenings for Thursday night. Before we give into our spoiler review for those who haven't seen it yet, because I do want you guys to have a little bit of time. Okay. Go ahead and give your rating and like a quote that you would say to sum up, you know, the movie for you. So it could be, you know, out of 10 webs. All right. We could do out of 10 webs or web slings.
So cute.
Thwip. Oh, thwips. We'll do out of thwips. 10 thwips. Jazz, how many out of 10 thwips do you give this movie?
12.
12 out of 10 thwips. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Goofy wise, what about you? Oh, wait, hold on, Jazz. What's your phrase?
I'm gonna say attention to detail.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Goofy wise, how many thwips out of 10 thwips do you give this movie?
8.
8 out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your phrase or word?
Death to fascism.
Yes.
Okay, Obi.
Dang it! Now I gotta think. I gotta think.
Chelsea, it's all on you now.
9 out of 10 thwips, and maybe happiness is on the way. That's all I got.
Girl, I swear I will walk out that theater if it's not, okay? I was starting to walk out of theater the last time, but we'll talk more about it in a second. Me, I give it 1 gazillion thwips out of 10 thwips. This is definitely top 10 movies of all time for me. And my phrase would be, it's kind of leaning to kind of like Jazz, like attention to detail. I will say it's very artistic, very artistic, extremely artistic.
So colorful.
I loved it. Some of the things that we see in the chat, 10 out of 10 from Red Striker, spider variants. Pretty cool. Top tier. Kamari says 100 out of 10 thwips. I already know it's going to be good. We knew. We had no doubt.
Yeah. For me, the experience was 1,000 out of 10. But for me, plot gave me that it docked one thing for me. That's all.
Oh, for sure.
Oh.
Did anybody have audio issues watching the movie?
Yeah, it was hard to hear certain times. Like Hobie specifically, it was hard to hear sometimes.
There's a few people that said that. There was a few people that said that.
I didn't have it. It wasn't too bad at mine. Like I could still hear everything.
Oh, I paid for the IMAX experience.
I saw everybody else.
She heard everything.
Yeah, I did.
She heard the swing of swab coming out the wrist and everything.
That part.
Really quick before we dive into our spoiler, that was our non-spoiler review. That's all you get, non-spoiler, right, guys? So spoilers,
everybody in our chat.
Get the fuck out!
Get out!
Oh my
Get
god!
out of here right now!
I was not ready for that. You have been warned. Okay. All right. So, Jazz, we'll start with you. Attention to detail. What was your dive more into that?
There were so many things. Like if you've seen, it makes you like the detail makes me think of like things that happened like in the first movie, like how like Spot was like you thought he was just some random villain, and apparently he wasn't. And like if you look back at the first movie, like yes, he did get hit with that bagel. Yes, he was in that room and everything like that. And like so, like it's all coming. It's like a full circle moment. And for me, one of my favorite moments was 2 parts. It was like looking for one, like when it was in the spider, what's it called? The spider something. Everybody.
Spider Society?
Yeah, Spider Society. And they had all the different types of like Spider-Man. Like there was even a Spider-Man popsicle chasing that man. Like I don't know if people saw that, but there was a Spider-Man, the Spider-Man popsicle that was like melted eyes and stuff.
Yeah,
like, that was following him. And I love at the end, and I'm gonna just jump to the end, like the reason why like the other Miles that was at Earth 42 was the way he was, and the way that he spoke as well, because our Miles that we know had his mom and dad, Black and Latina, and in 42 his dad is dead, so he's mainly getting raised by Latina mom. So his voice when he said I'm Miles Morales, it wasn't just like how I just said it.
No, he said Morales.
Like, Morales. So like I'm Miles Morales and stuff. And I'm like, oh, he's more Spanish because of his mom. Like it was just like stuff like that. And then it's the fact that he turned into the Prowler in that universe. And if you look back at the first movie when our Miles got bit and he met up with Peter and they did that little spider tingling thing. The background color for Peter was like, blue and red Spider-Man colors, but the background color for our Miles was green and purple, which is the color of the Prowler. So that's telling me that he should have been the Prowler in this universe, and the spider for 42 was supposed to make him Spider-Man. And if you look at the other Spider-Man in 42, when he was talking as the Prowler, it had red and blue, indicating that he should have been bitten by that spider. So it was a lot. Like I was just
and
like,
opposing parents died, and like you would think that that's fire that you said that, because you would think that with the Prowler gone, that he would take on the mantle of the Prowler, in Miles' universes, but he didn't, because he got the spider. So
right. And then also with that scene, because I rewatched Into the Spider-Verse yesterday, because I saw the new movie on Friday. I watched the first movie yesterday, and that scene when he's talking to Uncle, and you think Uncle Aaron is the Prowler in this world too, and it's like all the same scenes of like when Miles in the first one was going to Uncle Aaron's house, where he's like turning up the speaker with his 3 fingers, pushing up the dials and turning on the speaker. I was just like, the way that they kept so many attributes to the little things, like you said, to the details of that character from the first movie, and we're seeing him in this movie. And shout out to Mahershala Ali. Okay, he should voice act everything. Okay, that deep voice, girl.
You got the uncle voice.
He really do.
And I almost screamed when they showed my man Childish Gambino as the Prowler. I was like, thank God, because every time we did a movie review with all the live action ones, I was like, where is he at? I was like, where is he at? Because y'all mentioned him and y'all never mentioned him again, and so I'm glad they showed him. So
exactly, it was beautiful. It was amazing. I think personally for me, again, the movie just I love it when movies up it, and clearly there was like a marked like quality increase, comedy increase. Like there were feelings that I just felt from these characters, especially him as a teenager now. And like I love how they started the whole sequence with Gwen. Like the start trailer didn't even start until we saw what like really happened with Gwen on her end. And them knowing the whole time changed the whole first movie for me. That's a deep betrayal. Deep. And then seeing Spider Bite, yo, oh my God, that was sick. And Mayday, like it's all these characters that I hadn't even heard of some of them, but then when you like finally dive back in, you're like, oh wow, you probably would have never seen this character before. And Ben Reilly and all these other things. It was really cool. I think the only thing that pulled me back from the movie, like pulled me out of this whole experience, was they're trying to hide this from Miles, obviously. Now I understand as they're friends, they are explaining, what happened, 42, all that, like everything that led up to this point. But why did they bring the Mumbattan spider in so early? Like he hadn't even had his canon event.
Well, he was supposed to have his canon event, but Miles stopped it.
Right. But you'd think that clearly with Miguel, like stopping, like inviting all these spiders in. And he was very, very selective when it came to Gwen. I think it was because she hadn't had her canon event yet, because she was supposed to lose her dad. So he was like, why we can't bring her in. But Mumbattan Spider hadn't had that event. So why was he already with his badge on? Did they, the only way that I can accept that is that they counted him out so much. Like he was such another spider that they just kind of assumed that it would play its course and that, he just had to be clued in for now. But, I think they did a bad job. I think they did a bad job. The spiders in general, not the movie. I think the spiders did a bad job of convincing Miles or tricking Miles. You know what I mean?
Like convincing him to let his moment happen.
Yeah. And
I feel like that conversation was horrible. It was only going one way.
I cannot fathom that Miles is the first spider to have an issue with this and try to stop it. You know what I mean? There's no way Miguel talked to all of those spiders. So clearly most of them probably don't really know that the canon event is like linked up with everybody. It just happens. Because it's nice to have that space where, everybody's just gone. It just happens. Like you just accept that it's a part of being a spider. But if Miguel is trying to like forcibly make this happen, or things can't continue as a spider if this doesn't happen, then why is he like just sharing this with Miles? He should keep it a secret like he's done with everybody else. Then he really could have got what he wanted. Miles,
if he didn't say anything.
Right. And then on top of that, I mean, of course I don't trust Miguel. I feel like Miguel and Jessica, the 2 spiders that you first see who bring in.
I F the both of them. Okay, F the both.
Issa Rae.
I love Issa Rae. I love you, Issa Rae. I love you, but Jessica, F her. Okay.
They were really OD, and I think they're gonna get that in the second part, like more of their story. Because I don't trust them. Like, they showed Miguel doing something kind of wild. Him with them teeth, I was like, yo, I really don't. Who are you, bro?
Yeah, we don't know how he got to, like, okay, now he's a vampire. Because we know he took over the other one that died in the other world. And then, you know, here we are.
Exactly. But we clearly know that this whole canon event thing isn't, fact. Because right now, we have Peter B. Parker living his life. He has a child. He's with MJ. And if he hadn't met Miles, the anomaly, none of this happiness would have been in his life.
He would have been still crying in his apartment, eating pizza, crying in the bathtub, in his suit. He wasn't cold. Like, he'd be crying, like, with the whole suit on.
So, yeah.
You had docked a point. Why did you dock a point, too?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of what Chels was kind of getting at, you know what I'm saying? And also that I did feel the movie, I felt like, you know, I'm glad it's a part 2. You know what I mean?
Oh, that got me though. Yeah.
But for me, it just like the pacing of it a little bit was a little like off to me. It was like, this is clearly a setup movie. And I'm glad they had it, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's good to have, you know, that, you know, the Gwen story, you know, all this setup and all this backstory, you know what I'm saying? For everybody. But I did feel like in the end that it wasn't as like moment for me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really like leave me with I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, I see this coming 10 miles away. Let me just watch this happen. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, you know.
I think
so
that's
kind of
exactly. I agree with that, especially because I feel that kind of like I feel like there were just some plot threads or like just some relational, like some reactions or decisions that were made or things that were said that led to that. Like, oh, Gwen suddenly has a group of people and we're all like, I'm like, okay, I would like to see that come together. I feel like that's useful. Like watching Moonbottom Spider learn that, oh, wait, somebody was trying to, you know, set me up. So I would have lost my, was that his dad? I'm pretty sure that was his dad.
That was his girlfriend's dad.
That was his girlfriend's dad. Yeah. Okay. So I should have went with my first suspicion. With his girlfriend's dad or his girlfriend, like that should have been a big moment of betrayal for him too, just like it was for Miles. Like we need to see these characters go through that. We need to feel these reactions so it feels real. It has more guttural impact and not just speed through it at the end. Yeah. So yeah, it just felt like some things just didn't quite, like even with Spider Bite, right? When Miles ends up trying to get back to his house or get back home, even though I guess he just suddenly he didn't know, he didn't put the connection together that because his spider bit him in 42, it would take him to Earth 42, which I saw that. I was like, that's a cool thing to do. I really enjoyed that part. But like, it made me think like, did Spider Bite know? I was like, who do we trust out here? I was being extra though.
I think she did know, but I do feel like it might have been like, oh, let me let him go. And I wonder if she knew, but I kind of feel like maybe she didn't.
I don't think so.
I want to agree she didn't, but I was like, it had me going like, what, girl? I trusted you. What?
Right. For me, I feel that like from what you were saying, Goofy wise, I feel the entire opposite. Like the way that it was ending, because mind you, we've played Miles Morales, the game, or Spider-Man, the game, and then the Miles Morales part, but we know in the game and in the comics, right, it kind of switches up. In some of the comics, Uncle Aaron dies. In some of the comics, Daddy dies, right? And they've been kind of hinting to that, right? So I literally was telling my husband, like, if the father dies, I'm walking out because I can't take, it's too much heartache. This movie had me crying. I cried like 2 or 3 times throughout this movie. And then on top of that, like when it came to the end, I was like, I cannot wait. Tomorrow or Wednesday, we're going to go see it again. Me, hubby, and little one are going to go see it again.
Let's do it.
It was, I loved it. I feel like the way that it was able to morph an artistic, creative execution, like the colors, like kind of when you started with Gwen, right? Hers was like painted with her emotions, and you see it's like bleak, and then when she hugged her father, it was like pinks, and it was like these happy colors, and I just love that. I love even this is the smallest thing, but when you're watching Miles, if you watch him in a conversation, his eye movements in conversations. It feels so natural and so human-like that you don't see in a lot of animations. A lot of times they're just looking at you and then you're talking and then you see them. But his eye movements throughout a conversation, like he looks away, he looks down. You see him thinking and taking in the information. And I feel like the execution of Miles, he's like everybody's brother. He's everybody's son. He's like, when I walked out and I was like, babe, I think I'm ready to have a son. Like he impacted me that much. It was great to see this, Black boy joy, in him being Miles. And then at the same time, the notes of being a teenager and wanting to fit in, but then also being a superhero and being the only one of your kind. And then having to deal with this such a crazy thing the first movie, right, a year ago, and then even like the in between where they showed him having to apologize for everything, like the little montage.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was fun. That was the influencer. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
It was great.
Amazing. Yeah.
And
I thought,
Go ahead.
Just to echo what you're saying, I thought it was, for the most part, I thought it was a phenomenal movie. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, like the how they use the color in the scene to portray certain emotions. Like when she was talking to her dad and Gwen, I'm like, I am feeling this. You know what I'm saying? Like I am. It's a very immersive experience, just overall. Like you can tell how much love and detail. Like this is a homage to Black kids. This is a homage to Black Latino kids, you know what I'm saying? Like even the jokes that the dad would make is like, this is some Black ass jokes, you know what I'm saying? Like
I'm in a flat man. I don't think you're struggling, like.
And then when Miles said whatever, and she was like, whatever?
They snapped on that child. When he turned around, he said, well, maybe you should get off his ass.
He's like, he sounds like a good kid. Like he did.
Bro, dads are always doing that stupid shit where it's like, oh, if you don't do this, it's gonna be 3 more months. And it's like, he did that shit. I was like,
they just
that is the most dad shit ever, bro. Like, do it one more time. Walk this way, and it's gonna be another month. And I'm like, you doing too much, Pop.
Like, come on now.
Okay, I was heartbroken when we're like, here is the moment. He is telling his mother, okay, that what he's been going through. He's like finally coming clean to his mother, and that realization that he was not in his world broke my heart. When she said, who's Spider-Man or what's that? And I was like, you know who Spider-Man is. You were watching when he died on the couch in the first one with your husband. And then like that reveal that he was not in
there was
this
no
world.
Spider-Man in this world.
Oh, I think I ruined it for myself because like the moment he went, I was like, that's not his place. Look at this room. Like you saw his room, it was dirty. Like his room was clean and put together. Like back in, like it was clean, but like upscale clean. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like right when he climbed through his little window, I was like, this isn't his place.
They I already knew it wasn't his because I remember seeing that little quick glimpse of it saying 42, and I was like, "Whoa, that's not true."
Exactly that.
10. So I was like, "Yeah, that's not it."
Exactly. No. Yeah. So like, I felt bad that he was pouring like his heart out, and then his mom
somebody
was
else.
Like,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, it was wild seeing his uncle come through. I was like, oh.
Uncle Aaron?
You know what was funny? I thought when I saw his uncle come through and he was in another universe, I was like, don't tell me the uncle moved in on the mom when the dad died. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought too. I was like, that's
yo, ain't no way you did that. And then I was like, oh wait, no, he didn't.
He's just financially helping. He's just financially. Yeah, there was a moment where I was like, oh, that's a weird thing to have to call your uncle daddy. That is a weird thing. Okay?
How do y'all think the dad died?
Shooting on probably. Had crime, and you know how they do Black dudes. So like,
you don't think it was like a super villain that came and killed him or some shit?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think about it too deep.
I was thinking of it like an Uncle Ben situation,
literally.
Like him trying to stop.
I was thinking more of like he tried to save somebody and died. That's how. That's what I was thinking.
Was there anything, Jazzy, that like stuck out to you that you wanted to share?
As far as the movie, well. I know the ending, because a lot of people in my theater were very confused, like why it stopped right there. And like, I already knew going in that it already was a part 2. Like, it was already a part. So I already knew that like, it wasn't going to end with a resolution. So like, everybody was like, oh my God, what? And I was like,
we need a resolution.
I was like, like, you think we about to get this whole team set up and we going to end this movie with them fighting real fast and then it's gonna be good. Like no, like
I mean, I'm glad it didn't end that way. To be honest,
so I was one of the people that was
like,
confused when I was like, when she's giving her monologue, I'm like, this sounds like a wrap up in a TV show, you know, like when they're giving and they're cutting from person to person. And I was just like, why does it sound like a wrap up? And then I was like, it sounds like wrap up. This third act's gonna go hard. Then it said to be continued. I was like, everybody in my theater was like, what?
One thing I did like though at the end when they did end it like that is that it kind of left you the feeling, it left me the feeling at least of like how, remember when like Infinity War, like everybody like got dusted away and then like it was just like the end and then you ain't get no cut scene after, like no after credit cut scene. All you got was just Thanos will return. So it's like, it gave me that same like excitement, like, okay, no cut scene, no hints to what's happening to the next one. Just wait for it.
And I love that. I love that there is another part because I feel like people really thought Spot was a joke. Like when the movie started, I was like, I heard this man was like some like galaxy level threat. Like he was wild. So I appreciate that we're left with that dread of what he could do because they've flashed that like 3 times. So I like that it was a part setup. I wanted the part setup to be a little more impactful with Gwen going around and gathering folks and all that. But no, it's still left like again, like, it sounds like I'm docking stuff from this movie just because there's like technical things. Again, it still is high echelon.
Right.
No, this is probably the best shit. This is probably some of the best.
So good. Like I'm gonna watch it again. Of course. I already paid for tickets twice. But like it's just like little things where I was like, I'd feel fully committed if they had done X. You know,
I will say after the movie, I'm like, I liked Oscar Isaac before. I don't anymore because of this film.
Wait, was he in this?
He's Miguel. He's the
vampire. He was Miguel.
Yes, that's him. That's him. And I was like, I loved Oscar Isaac, but I don't anymore. It's gonna have to take some other movie to wash this out of my system because
I felt.
What happened? You felt what? You felt what?
You don't belong. You are a mistake. Like fuck you.
You felt conflicted
with his character because I found him just very visually nice to look at. He was just
he's gorgeous. Yes. He's got the chin. He had the hair.
Dark, like he was like that brooding where it was like a nice level.
No, he was sexy. But you know what? Still, F him, okay?
But I feel like he didn't have to say it how he did, but
Jazz is like the defender. Like he was coming from a good place. You know, he could have been better with how he was doing it.
To give him to be devil's advocate here, like he already kind of messed up his own universe and another universe actually.
What even his
a family
taking over universes. Sit down.
It's like he has so much anger and stuff because it's like he even looks back at it. Like you saw moments of him just looking at the version of him that is happy with a child and a family, and he knows that he can't have that for himself because that's just how the cards were set up for him. And he knows that if he tries to intervene and fix it, then it's gonna make everything crumble. Almost kind of like how like the Flash was trying to like fix his life and fix his mom not dying and stuff like that, and then made all this other stuff happen. So it's like it's not like he's just doing it to be mean. Like he
had to be mean.
I think he's wrong though. I think he's wrong though. I think
I do too.
Because I mean he had his canon event already with his uncle.
Yeah,
that happened already. You know what I'm saying? And then also like Miguel was going into a whole different universe. Like that was a whole different scenario than going into your own universe and you being the one to do. Who knows what the rules are? But this is multi-dimensional.
Who knows what the rules are?
I can see both sides. Is what I'm saying. I'm not on his side or nothing. But
I can see both sides.
She on his side.
I'm just saying that he looks nice. I'm not saying that he's a nice person.
I can get it from his perspective.
I agree.
I get his perspective.
Yeah, but like 100%. I think his perspective is also like clouded in his own pain and suffering for the loss of his family. You know what I mean?
We could go in
and the other family. Okay.
Well, 2 families. God damn it. Yeah. I mean, I'd be
he kind of WandaVisioned it. Like, you know, in Doctor Strange, where she was like, basically, I'm gonna just take another Wanda's kids. Like, that's what he kind of did.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, his was less painful. Wanda was really doing a lot.
So let me ask these two questions because I know Jazz, she's going to be leaving in a minute. But really quick, is this out of the So 2 questions. Question number 1 is this your favorite Spider-Man movie? If not, what is your favorite Spider-Man movie of all the Spider-Man movies that have existed? And then the second question is, out of this movie, which Spider-Man or woman was your favorite Spider person?
Oh, so yes, this is my favorite one.
Ain't nobody talking to you. Goodness.
Wait, she gotta go. Yeah, we talking to her.
my watch. Siri on my watch said. Siri said, "Oh, you thought I just said that to
I Chelsea getting defensive. Hey, you better not come for Jazzy on my mama.
That would be so rude.
Run up, get down.
Ain't nobody talking to you. Just say that to them. That's rude.
I'm putting my eyes down.
Watch. She said, "Here's what I found into the Spider-Verse." Blah blah blah. I'm like, who's talking to you?
You're right. I'll take the L for that one. I'm a hug.
Spider-Verse was definitely this one was one of my favorites. And I also am defending the Amazing Spider-Man movies that came out, because when it first
Andrew Garfield,
the Andrew Garfield ones, because everybody used to say that I was crazy saying that one was actually kind of closer to what I perceive as Spider-Man is. People was like, "Oh my God, Justin, what are you talking about?" And then after the Tom Holland like movie came out with all of them in it, and it was like, "Oh my God, everybody!" I'm like, "Y'all so fake, bro."
Yeah, they're like yes.
Oh my God, because I was
call them out.
Said I was crazy, and then as soon
call them out.
Came out, y'all was like, "Oh my God, I love him!" Like, shut the anyway,
call them out. I'm happy he's getting his shine though now, and in this movie he got a little shine too, and I'm happy Andrew Garfield getting his shine.
Obi is my dude as well, because he was consistent with his whole. It's funny because he's consistent with his inconsistency, if that makes sense. Like, I love it.
Consistently inconsistent. Yes.
As you should be.
Yeah, for sure. Goofy, what about you? Is this your favorite Spider-Man movie? If not, what is? And then who's your favorite Spider-Man?
This is up there. This is definitely top 3 for sure. But the first one I think the last one was better than this one personally. I felt like that one had I think from an animation standpoint, like this one definitely upped the scale. But it's from a story aspect, I think I was just more engaged with the first one, and I felt like it was just a better overall story. I'm not really a fan of part 2s in general. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just might be a thing with me.
Shrek 2. Sorry.
Actually, Shrek 3 was even better. No, I'm just kidding.
No, this new Shrek's about to go off. Okay, I'm excited for this new Shrek. Okay?
The 9th Shrek is about to go crazy.
No, because Puss the Goose is going back to fairy tale land. I'm excited to see this new Shrek. Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, I hear you.
I would definitely.
Somebody agree with you. Yeah.
I would put the first one over, and then also, Chelsea, have you said yours already?
No.
Okay, go ahead. I have a prediction. I want to just hear your guys' thoughts. But
okay. I still think this one is like the new Spider-Verse, like Miles Morales series. They are my favorite Spider-Man now. Like I used to be all on Tobey Maguire because that was the most impactful. I think that was. Yeah, like that was
that a hero can save us.
That part, exactly that song, because it felt like that was when everybody really got united around Spider-Man in movies, especially. But this is like I can't not say like this is us, like this is me. I relate to every part of this. I do think in the first movie there were moments where I was definitely more like the soundtrack. I feel was better in the first movie. Yeah. I was hype. It was nostalgic, but it was also new stuff that had like people were bopping.
That soundtrack was way better in the first.
It was
like not even close.
Like I gotta listen to it. I gotta listen to it. But I heard it. I feel like it was good. But that first album, I saved that walking out the theater. I saved that the first one.
Yeah, like the songs in the second one didn't even stand out in the same way. Like I can't think of a single instrumental I heard.
You're right.
No,
you're right.
Saying? Not even close.
I feel like it was good, but you're right. Because even like when I think about the scene, well, I'm not scared. Like when Spider-Man was dead and they announced the news, like I hear that song, and then when he's getting off the building, like the "Can't Stop Me Now" when he flies at the end of when he gets off the building. So I remember a lot more from the first one.
Yeah, because it had something. It had a statement to make, and this was more like build up with visuals. This one was very visual versus like audio. So yeah, I still feel like if it had to like, it's neck and neck for me, 1 and 2 being my favorites. If I wanted to just revisit, I'd enjoy 1, but I feel like just for the excitement, the freshness, I feel like 2 is my favorite right now.
Okay.
I think
what's your prediction?
Okay, so I don't think they're gonna try to sell us another Miles movie, like a for a live action one, because that one is in the works apparently. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna bridge this Miles into a live action setting. Like, if you saw in the Spider-Verse, you saw Toby in the background. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These universes are connected, bro. So like imagine the next one or some other one at some point, you know what I'm saying? He gets ported into one of their universes, or a universe where he's live action, and then bam, now he's like for real in the spider, like, you know, in the world or whatever dimension. And I feel like it's the best place to do it. If you're gonna do it, this is the way you do it. It's a series about him in the Spider-Verse, across the Spider-Verse, into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. This one's about to be beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So you might be right because okay, Shami, I was watching because I do this thing like if I loved a movie or I loved a show, I'm one of the people on YouTube watching a lot of the interviews, watching a lot of the cast, guess this, your favorite cat. I'm watching all that stuff, right? And Shamik Moore, when he was asked about the live action, who would he want to play, and he said me. But there's not that much I can say on that. So that means like he signed some NDAs on something. Okay, that's what it sounds like to me. Yeah. And Amy Pascal says there's a Spider-Woman and a live action Spider-Woman and a live action Miles movie in the works. So I'm hoping that I know that he does look older than Miles because Miles is in middle school and Shamik doesn't look like he's in middle school, right? I think he could play like a high schooler. So maybe if they go around Miles in high school, you know, could be the thing. But
yeah,
I'm curious because I feel like the whole point of Miles being animated was that there were just things like there's so much that you could do with Spider-Man. That's kind of why, you know, you see the Tom Hollands and the Andrew Garfields and the Tobey Maguires, and it's like, you know, it's like it's good, but this stuff was like hitting. Like there was just things you can't do in real life.
True.
Yeah, I'd be excited to see what they like. I'm always down for a thrill. Like throw it out. I'd love to see it. This is the one place where you can do it. It'd be cool if it was even just like a short segment.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it'd be a segment.
I'd like it if they teased us with that and it wasn't anything else and it was like sick because they can always surprise me. I'm about it. I'm about it.
Who would you have play Miles?
That's a good question. I think it would have to be an unknown actor that we have.
I know. I'm all for that.
A big name actor in this role. Like Miles is enough of his own character where it doesn't have to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he can be like any unknown actor that just looks like him, and he happens to get dark skin.
Yes.
Afro Latino. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Don't get this man a light skin. You know.
He has to
counterpart, you know what I'm saying?
His hair has to be that cute fade into a curly top. Like, make it happen.
Caleb McLaughlin. If Caleb can pull off the New York accent, I could kind of see that. I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that.
Is that the kid from Stranger Things? Yeah, but I think they want him to be Latino as well.
Yeah.
So
Caleb. If we're just doing like immediate people that we know, okay, I could kind of see it. He has that like jumpy. But it's not the same. I don't think the vocal pattern.
And I think he could get and that's my thing. What can he do like vocally? And when it comes to like the accent, that's the thing I think that Shamik Moore does so amazingly. The thing that's beautiful and amazing about Miles, because the Spider-Verses, you know, kind of like what you're saying, Chelsea, those are my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time.
Yes.
From all of them. I grew up with Toby, and I grew up on Andrew. I loved Andrew Garfield. I think the second one, Sony did what they do when they have that last one. They do too much, and there was stuff that they shouldn't have done. But the whole Gwen Stacy, Andrew Garfield thing was just absolute magic in that movie, right? In both of those movies. But like, the thing that's beautiful about Miles is I feel like so many of us feel represented. You know, you said it's our Miles.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you feel like, and it's like it's the details that are just like the most beautiful thing. Like him in New York, right? And him having that accent and the music that they would listen to and some of the things that he would say and the way that he would talk and the way he would carry himself, right? Even the mom and the father. I was just like, I feel so much. I'm not Afro-Latina, but I feel represented. I feel seen. And it's just, it's such a magical.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it again tomorrow.
That's what I was going to say too. Is like I feel like he's the best Spider-Man. I feel like he's the most Spider-Man because like there's just so much depth to him, and it's also like I'm thinking back to the old movies. It's just like there's so much things that like they could not touch on, or they're just not the same amount of depth there for like other Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? And this is a whole different layer of culture and like everything that just on Miles. And I don't know, man. Maybe I'm biased, but like
I would say no. So this is where I say I agree with you. I say culture wise, no one's touching Miles, right? But depth wise, I would give Andrew Garfield. Really? Like I feel like his one, he had a lot of depth. Like in the first one, that aspect of wanting to be like, he loves this girl, he's figuring out this new thing that he has, and then like kind of defending himself. He has the Uncle Ben rage as well, you know, and then this girl that he's in love with, he's at this moment where like her father dies, you know, and his mentor was a part of that, you know. So then, and that carrying over into the second one, and I felt like that moment where like that Gwen death, I feel like it's one of the most beautiful. They do. They
tease it in this movie. Which is crazy because it's reversed in this one. I think it's like he's like ah, she's like, or maybe I think it might have go both. I don't know. I forget.
Yeah, I think it might happen both. But yeah, it was like they definitely do tease it in this, and because they teased it when she was in New York because she was like falling, and I think because they were like fighting or whatever. But like so I feel like that death, like where he saved her, but because of the velocity and her head just tapped the bottom, she died just because of gravity. She died. And that was just the most beautiful thing that I've ever, I saw.
I'll be honest. I haven't watched. That's the one Spider-Man movie.
That's the one I couldn't get into either. Yeah. Like he was, it's like he was so unserious every time I see him.
He's a skater. I'm like, bro, I do not care about this skater cool guy. They tried to
convince me that he was like, they tried to convince me that people were really bullying Andrew Garfield.
Come on.
They were not. Nobody would bully that child in that setting.
He didn't have, but he didn't have like a bully. He had like the one guy that would kind of like say stuff, and because he spoke back, that's why he got hit. It wasn't even like
everybody was on. Everybody thought he was a loser in that school. I thought everybody named him.
Watch it, but I don't think that everyone thought he was a loser. I just think it was like because I think he was bullying somebody else, and then he stepped in and he was like, "Oh, that's what you do," and then that's where the guy's like, "Oh, you stepped up to me. I'm a fight him too."
I guess so. Yeah, you saw it.
So, okay, I do want to clarify this because I do realize how wild that sounded. Okay, saying I can't lie, Christine saying Gwen snapping her neck is the most beautiful thing she ever seen is funny. Face. I don't mean that her
she a
death.
Murderer.
No.
Yeah.
Swarm.
It doesn't matter. No, I don't know who I would be like a swarm for to that degree. She went crazy.
What's the swarm version of spiders? Spider nest? I don't know.
That's also a swarm because that's how it feels looking at it. What were you gonna say, Goofy? I was curious. You said something.
I just want to know if white people are relating to the past two Spider-Mans the same way that black people are relating to this one. I just don't think that there's that much to relate to. The first one was like, I mean, he was kind of a nerd loser in school for a little bit. So I can say like, oh, there's that, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't think they put enough. I mean, white people got no culture, but but it's like what there was no element there that was also as in like relatable as it is for Miles. You know what I'm saying?
So I feel like they are this, and this is funny because I was thinking about this earlier when I was reading that article from Harold Perrineau, but like the fact that as the history of time, Black people have been forced to find relatability in a bunch of white stories, right? In other cultures, of them being a teenager, of them being a mother, of them being a parent, of them living life, teenage love, summer movies, slice of life. And it is asinine when that statement is made because it really came out, it really hit me hard when we were talking about the Viola Davis thing, where the Oscar person that's a part of the Oscar committee was like saying how they don't find that stuff relatable. And yet we were able to find relatability in everything, everywhere, all at once, and everything, right?
Yes.
So it's like we don't. It's not that it's wild that we have the humanity to be able to see relatability in other projects that do not include us. They can have productions with not a single token, right? And we can still find relatability in things that we like. But for them to have the audacity to watch a production and then be like, "Oh, I can't relate to this," and yet I feel like we have the most humanity in that, but yet they don't treat us like humans.
Yes. Okay. It's asinine. And it's so funny because like, when I think about stuff like this, it's like, we relate to stuff so much that we'll see them being racist to us and still find our segment in that story to relate to like anime for instance. They show wild depictions of Black people, but that is some of the biggest shit that Black people are in. And on the flip side, they also cater to white people. Like two of the biggest animes that are in the West, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. Blonde hair, blue eyes, Super Saiyan. Blonde hair, blue eyes, Naruto. That's not by accident. That is literally a marketing scheme to make their anime seem more appealing to those in the West. You see what I'm saying?
Well, it goes even further than that. Yeah. Like, I mean, do you realize the ties that Japan has just to like the world powers? I mean, it very much was like, there's so much like, I would say Nazi Germany references in anime, and already what was Nazi Germany perpetuating the Aryan race, white, I mean, blue eyes, blonde hair, and all of that, and that was imparted upon them. So it's not even just marketing. Like, it goes into cultural, like historical things, and so I 100% agree with you. It goes deep. I gotta ask a completely different question though. Speaking of like cultural,
no, I'm just kidding.
I know, right? No, why is his name Miles Morales?
So my husband had answered this for me because I was like, okay, why is that the case? But I know it's very common that a child takes on, like, their last name is their mother - their father's last name. Yeah, that's like I remember learning that when I was younger, and when he had said that, that's one of the things that I guess like comic book people were saying. And I was like, you know what, that does make sense, because a lot of times when you're in school, they don't write both of the names because, you know, it's America. They don't care about all your culture. So they would cut off the last part. So a lot of kids in high school, as I remember, they had their mother's last name. And that's because it's supposed to be a hyphen of the mother - the father's last name, because that's the cultural thing that a lot of Hispanic cultures do. But in school, they cut off the other part, you know. But what doesn't make sense, doesn't make sense is that he's Captain Morales. He wouldn't be, because his last name is Johnson. So I don't know why that happened in the movie, like why they made the father's last name also Morales. Like, that didn't make any sense. He should be Johnson, because I think they called him Captain Morales or whatever.
Unless they got married and he took on his wife's name, which is
something they should state.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they can come up with some canon reason. Maybe he didn't have a father in his life, and he's like, "I'm not taking my father's last name. I don't want it. I'll take yours." Type shit. You know, I can see some shit like that. You know, I mean, maybe that's, you know, ties into his story of being in a cop. I guess I don't know, but
exactly. Like, it's not something. I guess it's not something that, you know, this movie initially brings up, because it's been like this since the first movie or even the comics. But I'm curious. But that was a good explanation. I like that. I'm gonna take that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I can't wait to see this movie again. I'm excited. Not weekend, tomorrow. Like, my days are all blurred, bruh. I forgot yesterday was Sunday. I was just like, I don't know. But yeah, that was our review and our deep dive discussion about. Oh wait, hold on. One thing I do want to say off of what this will be my last thing. Off of what Goofy was saying in regards to relatability, I think that there are global relatability notes that I feel like if you were to take out Miles speaking Spanish, right? Because that's specific to language, right? Or his mom speaking Spanish. I feel like any race could have been Miles. And that's the beauty of him. I feel like the story of being in this situation, like in the first one or the second one, the fact that you were this person, he was moved to a school he didn't want to go to because he wanted to just live his life. He didn't want to be pushed into greatness and the great expectations that came. And then beyond that, he gets bit by a spider, his uncle, you know, and his dad's trying to relate to him. But that's the quintessential teenage experience where you've got life in school that is intense, and then your parents want to be a part of it or not be a part of it, and how that affects you, you know? Exactly. And I do feel like there are relatable notes for other people to take in regards to Miles. I do hope, mind you, I haven't seen anything about, you know, people being upset about him, you know?
Oh yeah, it's been that for sure. Yeah, there's been tons of that. And I feel like, I think people are mad because I think he's becoming the face of Spider-Man. Is when we had that many Peter Parkers that, you know what I'm saying, that were played by different actors, and you have one unified Miles Morales right now, I think it just adds to the moniker of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it hasn't been diluted at all. You know what I'm saying? There's one Miles Morales right now. You know what I mean? And why the fuck do we have 3 white Spider-Men? Like, be for real. Like, what's going on?
I think it's because of the stuff that we dealt with on that Lost conversation about Lost.
Yeah. Like, but 3?
They didn't think he was relatable. He's too dark to be relatable.
And it doesn't make sense because, like, outside of in the entire world, white people are the minority in the world. You know what I'm saying? Yes, white supremacy is everywhere. Colorism is everywhere. Caste system in India, apartheid in South Africa, wherever you go, there's some, you know, effects of colonization. But these stories are going to resonate with people across the globe. You know what I mean? Globally, these movies are going to be resonated with. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you see people that look like you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's what I saw that in chat. They were saying like the whole point of Spider-Man is that anybody can wear this mask. Like boom.
Which they say at the end of the first Spider-Verse.
Exactly.
You could wear the mask. You could wear the mask.
Leave it to Miles.
I love this movie.
Leave it to Miles to unify. Yeah, I love it too. Yeah. This is.
I could definitely see it like a segment where they all team up, like all the Spider-Mans in a future project. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, even if it's a segment or something like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna need Genki to go ahead and join up, be the sidekick finally.
He was like, he said it starts with a phone call, and the next thing you know, I'm the guy in the chair.
Right. I'm like, that's what he said. And he's gonna be. And then I need Tom to go ahead and just go and make his little debut in there. Because they even talked about him this movie. So go on, bring him in the next movie.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Earth 99999 or whatever.
Right. Yeah. That little tweet.
Which is also a pretty crazy fact that they let us know that it was Earth, but because it's some other stuff that goes on, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They could do, I'll say, because you're talking about like possibilities. The comic book Spider-Verse movie is different than this Spider-Verse. Like in the comic books, it's like a league of villains that are attacking a bunch of spider people and killing them. So that's something that they could do. That would be fire to see, like them going through all of and including Miles and including the other Spider-Man.
Let's deal with Spot first. It's really scary.
That's true. That's true. That's the thing. It's nothing worse than someone who's underestimated and then works to prove you otherwise, bruh.
Yeah. His whole mission is to say I'm a good villain, which is kind of crazy. Like you was talking like a regular person, and now you were like, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna kill your father because you underestimated me.
What's your motivation, man? Just because you really are evil because you just mad.
You was a scientist before, bro. Like, what's going on? What happened to your mind to make you this upset that you want to kill somebody's father?
Focus on the family. It's not Miles' fault, first of all. It's Kingpin. Kingpin's the one who made the collider. Well, Kingpin hired y'all people to make the collider, okay? He in jail. Go find him. I ain't got nothing to do with this.
I'll deal with him. I'll take him.
If Miles didn't stop it, all of New York would have been gone. You would have been dead. So you should be thanking Miles, okay, that you're still alive.
Yeah.
Hello?
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. So make sure you guys check out Across the Spider-Verse in theaters. Apparently had a great box office opening weekend, and I'm super excited to see those numbers continue to go, especially when I think it was domestic. I got to see what global numbers are going to be, but I'm sure it's great. We were going to talk about Summer Games Fest. I'll just say Summer Games Fest is coming this week, starts on the 8th. Yes. I'm excited. June 8th, you have Summer Games Fest starting. Also, Day of the Devs. There's also a few other events that are happening. Xbox Showcase is June 11th. PC Gaming Show is June 11th. So next week, we'll talk about the Xbox Showcase / Starfield Direct. Because first of all, I got to learn some information about Starfield, bro, because we have gotten pretty much nothing. Right. And I want to know, what is Starfield? What is it going to do? So there's more of that to come. We'll deep dive into that next week. And the Ubisoft Forward is the 12th, which will be earlier in the day before the podcast. So stay tuned.
Give
for all
a
that.
Special note for the Summer Games Fest, we might be doing something special with Keely on Fight Night this week. So tomorrow, hop through if you want to see some special recorded stuff to give you a heads up on what's happening on June 8th.
Fire. Get the links. Give us the links. Do you have the links?
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/Crown. And hop in at 4 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, awesome. And we are official co-stream, our PartyChat podcast is an official co-stream partner of the Summer Games Fest. So you guys will be able to see it here. And then
we're streaming it the day of?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. So are we like all streaming it together, or are we all coming here to stream it?
Let's talk about that after. Let's end the stream and then we'll talk right back after.
I forgot. I'm too comfortable. This is a house right here.
I know, right? It's like, take your shoes off. Let's talk about the whole schedule. But we got to let them go. They got to go so we can talk. You know, it's at the after party. Let the friends go. The family talks. Okay. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming out. We appreciate you. Much love to you. We will see you this Wednesday is it Wednesday? When's the 8th? Is it Wednesday? What day is it? Oh, Thursday.
Yes, there we go.
Thursday, Summer Games Fest. Christmas begins. And we love you. Anything else you guys got to shout out? I know you said you have Crown Thursday at 6 p.m.
Crown
Eastern.
on Tuesday. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central. So yeah, if you want to get like an early jump on our Summer Games Fest event, we got you. We'll be sharing some info there. I'll throw a link down if y'all want.
Yes, we do want.
Awesome.
And then Goofy, anything special you got to shout out?
Y'all can check me out this month. I'll be doing a lot of big things. I'll actually be on Crown this month on the 17th. I'm not sure if I can say exactly what it is.
NDA. So you just be mindful.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. And then also, I'm going to be doing a streamathon this month as well. My channel, which I leave as Goofy Wise, and y'all can check me out on all my socials. I'll be posting clips and talking about anime and whatnot.
Awesome. And then this Friday, we have our part 2 of our mental health conversation with content creators. We're going to have Goofy Wise. We're going to have a couple other creators and a creator that's also a therapist as well. So I'm excited for that conversation. Make sure you guys are there. Friday. Yes, Friday. Sorry. Calendar invite. I sent you a calendar invite. So make sure you guys are there. Hopefully Goofy Wise will be there. I guess we'll find out. But yes, you can check that out. It will air here on the podcast channel along with my gaming channel, iChristine Games, all of those things. So we love you. We'll see you later and peace.
Bye, guys.